Do you ever wish there was more like, I guess, Western humor in comedy anime?
Yeah.
Because a lot of it does kind of feel...
A lot of it's very anime-esque comedy. It's very like, some of it's very slapstick.
What would classify though as like Western comedy? Right? That's the question.
I think
really.
we're...
Because slapstick as well is technically Western.
I don't necessarily even think the Japanese humor is as slapstick as we like to point out. I think there's you did a video on this, and it's like, well, there's like, I mean, there's TV shows in Japan, right, where like the whole comedy is like game shows with their like language, right, with the
like quiz shows.
There's a bunch of other stuff like that, but I feel like at least in Western, we're like really fucking brutal with our comedy. You know what I mean? Like, like you watch something like Always Sunny, and it's like, how I couldn't imagine anything like that coming out of Japan.
I can't imagine like a Family Guy in Japan.
Right. It's weird though, because you have the game shows here which go above and beyond what we would think is acceptable.
Yeah.
But then when for some reason comedy, it's like they don't really joke about that kind of stuff.
Right.
Here.
Right.
Like
it's a lot of wordplay in Japan. I feel like Japanese comedy is a lot of wordplay.
A lot of wordplay, right? But like they have like the show like fucking Orgasm Wars in Japan.
Yeah.
Where it's basically a show about if a dude can make another dude come.
Yeah.
That's the whole premise.
What?
Yeah. That's the whole premise.
What?
Yeah.
Aki recently did a video on it, but basically the most famous one was there was this. It was versus this like super professional Japanese like male porn star who can like he says like I can control when I come. Basically, he's like it's a 40-minute shoot. All right, I'll come at minute 38.
I can come at command.
Yeah, basically he was like I can come at command, which means that if you tell me not to come, I'll never come. Yeah. And then he had to verse this guy. It was a versus. It's like he basically had to verse this guy. He was a bartender in Shinjuku Nichome, which is like the gay district of Shinjuku.
Yeah.
And he's like considered to be he says he can make any man come with his skills, right?
Right.
So basically they put both of them in a room. Right. This is on TV, by the way, on national TV. So they put him in a room. He's inside. The male porn star's like inside of a box that's completely covered, and the gay guy gets in basically, and you don't see anything, but they're both mic'd up, so you can hear everything. And basically,
how does this pass television? How?
And of course, you know, with traditional Japanese television, like in the corner, there's like always the reaction, like face cam, and there's just a bunch of people just fucking losing themselves, just watching a dude suck off a gay.
Doesn't he like make him nut like immediately?
He makes him nut in like 5 minutes. And the funniest part is like obviously like, you know, watching the male porn star like come on national TV, but then the gay guy coming out and being like, "Gochitosama."
That's so fucking funny.
It's so
Do you hear like the dick sucking sounds?
Oh
and
yeah,
everything?
yeah. It's on YouTube as well, mind you.
Oh, okay.
If you look it up, I guarantee it's on YouTube.
It's crazy that like that's like totally acceptable.
Yeah. But
then like their humor doesn't. Maybe not even like it's not allowed, but they don't really find that funny.
Right.
Maybe. I don't know.
No, they find it funny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like that was one of the most like legendary pieces of like
they find like that funny, but then why would you reckon that something like Sunny would be, do you recken that would be funny to Japanese people?
Really?
Have you watched Sunny?
Yeah, I've seen a bit of it.
Yeah.
They probably think, man, these people are really rude.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like, that's what's so funny about it.
Yeah.
I don't know, because like the reason I really enjoyed Konosuba over something like, say, Sakamoto, is that Konosuba was like way more character-based comedy.
Yes,
I very much enjoy character-based comedy where
Sakamoto is just like Mr. Bean.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry to cut you off, but
and no, that's like the perfect analogy where a lot of comedy anime,
Mr. Perfect Bean.
Yeah, a lot of the comedy anime I see is just like, hey, there's this one joke and it's funny like the first few times. Let's see how far we can stretch it. But eventually, I'm gonna get bored.
Yeah.
Whereas with a lot of like sitcoms and everything like that, it's a lot of character based comedy where some of the best moments are knowing the characters and seeing how they will interact with each other, and that's what the comedy builds off of.